I am Amanda D. King. I am the founder and creative director of Shooting Without Bullets. I'm a visual artist and activist based in Cleveland, Ohio. The billboards explore issues of redlining and structural racism, gender oppression, disparities in the arts, state-sanctioned violence, and spirituality. For the gender and racial disparities billboard, we imagined what it would be like if two of the artists in Shooting Without Bullets, Shatara and Lele, treated the steps of the Cleveland Museum of Art as their stoop.
You know, when I think of, when I was younger or summertime, you think of you and your friends just hanging out on your front porch. So thinking of this institution where historically African American females have not been able to really be a part of or be represented, for them to kind of like take this space as their own. I felt like we felt like it was really strong and powerful and image worth creating and then putting out there.
When you look at our faces and stuff and you look at our persona, it's really like us really owning where we are and who we are, where we're at. It also shows how much of a people we are, like how close we are all together, and just being there for each other. Like if I need my hair done, I need my hair done. Something as simple as that.
So the state-sanctioned violence billboard features Ezra, who is a young photographer. Ezra is in an apartment and he's looking into the bathroom mirror, and there are red and blue lights behind him and in the reflection. And this was a statement about police terror in our homes.
I don't necessarily fear the police, but I fear their fear of me more so. They get too intimidated by me. They might just see me and be like, oh, he's kind of like tall. Man, I might look mean. What it means to me is like the average day of a black man. And it's more so looking at myself. Do I really look that mean? Or like, do I really look that intimidating? Not really. Like, I had this face since I was a kid, so.
The image for the For Freedom's billboard, I hope people see it and are at the very least like a little perplexed by the phrase on it, undo gender. Gender is only a set of actions. I think a lot of people take their gender and their gendered behavior as a given, as just a part of them and something that they really can't help. I'm hoping that people who see this, who are open to being changed by something that they're seeing right in a split second as they're driving. Having work like this in front of Cleveland and America generally right now is incredibly important. In Cleveland alone, there were multiple murders of Black trans women this year already. Cleveland has one of the higher murder rates. If people can continue to pretend that the trans community is non-existent, and doesn't deserve a voice and we're not real people or any of those things, like that violence is only allowed to spread. There's no challenge against that.
So is this where you took the shot? Yeah, right about here. So I have about 150 feet of red nylon tablecloth that we ran between the swing set and then situated the children on either side of it to kind of graphically illustrate the divide that this, artificial line caused. We chose one African-American girl and one white girl because redlining really primarily impacted Black communities more than anything else. And we situated the white girl facing away from the camera and the African-American girl facing the camera because it was this sort of like outside looking in thing. We thought that would have much more impact.
We thought about this one video. It's a video where a Black boy and a white boy are in New York and they like run towards each other. And everybody's like, on CNN, MSNBC, all the newspaper media outlets, they're like, wow, look at this video, like this is so inspiring, this is what America should be like. We thought about how many times this video was shared and celebrated, but how many people aren't ready and willing to address issues like redlining that are preventing this connection from happening.
This project was kind of a surprise for me because when I learned that it was a billboard, it was like, oh wow, a billboard. I'm thinking like an advertisement, whatever. And so when it was explained that this was exploring the idea of community and the church and the faith and a pastor doing his, expressions of, holiness and embracing the laws of Jesus and God, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I grew up with all that because I grew up as a Baptist kid and I've been through many different churches.
It's a man who is praising God, and the billboard says joy is a form of resistance. If we are truly going to transform society or at least resist these systems that are oppressing us, we have to find joy.
To me, that is a part of resistance. I mean, happiness to me is resistance. If you're feeling good about yourself and feeling good from where you come from and you're proud about it and you're trying to give the common purpose and the common good to spread it to the masses, that to me, that is resistance. That phrase, along with that face, that expression, is gonna just make them look twice and think twice.
I mean, I think it's a really great opportunity to maybe turn a mirror toward Cleveland itself, to kind of say that this is the reason that we are the way that we are.
Our landscape, which is pretty depressed, we don't get to see a lot of things that are engaging, that sort of speak to our soul. I think that we can go through our daily lives and be very closed and not really aware of what's happening around us, and these billboards are going to disrupt that.
I feel like it's going to bring a sense of hope and a sense of ownership and a sense of I belong, and hopefully just have a sense of pride. Yeah.